Okay. All right. So to start, you can find yourself in a nice, comfortable seat. So whatever that looks like and means for you, you can sit cross-legged. You can cross at the ankles, at the shins. If that is uncomfortable for you, feel free to extend your legs out long. You can keep the knees bent, but we want our spines to be nice and long. So whatever feels comfortable for you to sit up nice and tall, maybe if you even want to put a pillow underneath you, whatever feels nice and comfy. So find your seat, and if right away you feel comfortable, you can close the eyes, or maybe keep your gaze nice and soft down below your nose. And just start to relax your shoulders. Right away, let's let go of the tension of the day thus far. All of the stressors, right? Because you've arrived. And now we can kind of separate ourselves. And just let ourselves be here for the next 60 minutes. Start to relax your eyebrows. Right, maybe even relax your eyes in their sockets, the jaw, and just let your body grow nice and heavy, all while maintaining this nice length in the spine. Good, and then just notice your breath. Notice what it sounds like. Notice what it feels like. Is it shallow? Is it fast? Or is it slow and controlled? Right? Just notice. You don't have to change anything. And if you'd like, you can even add some counted breaths where you inhale for 4. Maybe you hold for 2 seconds at the top, and then you exhale for 4. Right, so while you play around with that, and you start to settle in and ground, right, and separate yourself from your day thus far, I just want to talk about what our practice is going to be about today. And it's this yoga philosophy called Asteya, which means non-stealing. And just think about what that word means to you. Non-stealing, Asteya. And it means not taking what hasn't been freely given. From a psychological viewpoint, it inquires how we steal from our own inner storehouse of goodness. When we think badly of ourselves, putting ourselves down, we're stealing from the reservoir of our true nature. Instead of directing love and kindness back to ourselves, we're stealing it. Right? So just think about and reflect on the ways that you steal things away from yourself, right? Do you steal love and kindness away from yourself? And think about how we can implement this philosophy of Asteya, non-stealing, into your practice on the mat, but also off the mat, right? Do you steal opportunities for yourself? Do you steal compassion from yourself? Right, and how can we practice to counteract these things? On an inhale, let's shrug our shoulders all the way up to our ears. And exhale, let it go. Good, inhale. Shrug your shoulders. Exhale, let it go. Good, inhale, last one. Exhale, let it go. Good, let's add some shoulder circles. So you can come forward and back. Good, moving with your breath. And then you could reverse the circle, come back and then forward. Good. Good, and then you can come back to neutral, and then we'll work in some neck circles. So you can go one way, make 3 big circles with the nose. Good, and then once you've completed 3 big circles, you can make it to the other way. And we'll do 3 circles on the other side. Good. And you could come back to neutral. You're gonna place your hands on your knees, and we're gonna work into some cat-cows in a seated position. So we're gonna inhale, bring our chest forwards, open up your heart, lift your chin. Exhale, round through the spine, sit back on the tailbone, chin to chest. Good, inhale, press it through. Exhale, round through the spine. Beautiful, inhale. Lift your heart up to the sky. Good, exhale, round through the spine. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, come back to neutral. And now let's work through some spinal circles. So you're just gonna round one way. And here you're kind of incorporating cat and cow. You're rounding through the spine on the way back, but opening up your chest as you move forward. Good, and really feel into it. Maybe you bring your neck into it. Good, and then you can make your way to the other side. Good, and you can close your eyes if you want and really just feel into the movement. And remembering to bring your breath. Good, and then you could come back to neutral. Close the eyes and just be in stillness for a moment. Relax your shoulders, sit up nice and tall. Good, let's take a big breath in through the nose. Hold at the top for 1, 2, and exhale, let it go. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Hold at the top for 2, 1, and exhale, let it go. Good, you can open up your eyes. And from here, we're gonna transition into a tabletop. So however you wanna get there, nice and easy, just moving like you love yourself. Gonna come back on my mat. All right, so find yourself in a nice tabletop position. And let's just do some of our cat-cows now in tabletop. So whenever you're ready, you're gonna inhale, drop the belly. Gaze is up, chin is up, chest is pressing through the biceps, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, tuck that tailbone. Good, inhale, open up into cow. Exhale, round through the spine for cat. Good, inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round through the spine. Good, inhale, come back to neutral. Good, and while you're here, I just want you to move intuitively. So maybe you take some hip circles, maybe you come back and forward, right? But we're gonna still work through some spinal movements, but I want you to find what feels good for you. If you want to stick with the traditional cat-cow movements, feel free. All right, but just connecting with the breath, deepening the breath as you just move in ways that comes naturally, move in ways that just feels good, right? Try to work through the side body, nice lengthening through the sides of your body.
Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good, we won't be here long.
4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3.
Good, and then whenever you're ready, whenever you're satisfied, come back to neutral.
Exhale, 4.
And then let's just check in with our alignment. So let's make sure we have our wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Your feet are hip width apart and your wrists are shoulder width apart. Gaze is down in between the hands. We're gonna tuck the toes. And inhale, we're gonna hover the knees. Good, keeping your gaze down at the mat. Activate the core. Think belly button to spine.
Inhale, 4.
Bring your front ribs up to meet the back ribs.
Exhale, 4, 3.
Good. Inhale, stay here for 3, 2, 1.
Inhale,
On the exhale, you're going to send the hips up and back, downward facing dog.
Exhale, 4, 3, 2.
Good. You can start to walk your dog out. Maybe you bend the knees to really tilt your hips up towards the sky.
Letting it all go.
Keeping your ears in line with the biceps.
Fully release all of the air. Letting it all go.
Good. And then on your next inhale, you're going to bring your knees back to a hover.
Letting it all go.
Just 1 or 2 inches off the mat, and then exhale, downward facing dog.
Letting it all go.
Good. Inhale again, hover.
Letting it all go.
And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, hover the knees. Feel free to drop the knees at any time if you need to. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale, knees to a hover. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale, knees to a hover. Exhale, downward facing dog.
Inhale.
Good.
4,
Walk it out.
2, 1.
You can bend one knee, straighten out through the other leg.
Exhale, 4, 3.
And then alternate.
1.
Sinking your heart towards your shins.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Bending the knees as much as you need to lengthen through the spine.
3.
And really tilt your tailbone up towards the sky. Good. Take one more big breath here in through the nose. And exhale, sink your heart towards your toes. Bend the knees, lift your heels up towards the sky. Bring your belly to the tops of the thighs. Gaze up towards the top of your mat. And we're going to take a nice slow walk towards the top. Good. Bending the knees as much as you need. Beautiful. And when you get to the top, inhale, halfway lift. Your fingers can be either on your shins, your thighs. Maybe you take airplane arms and reach the fingers back behind you. But let's maintain a nice flat back, all the way from the crown of the head to the tip of your tailbone. Working your shoulders back behind you. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, rise all the way up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, fingers drop down to rise all the way up overhead. And exhale, hinge forward at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the fingertips, and we're gonna step the right toes back. Feel free to drop the back knee if you'd like. As you inhale, open up into either your high lunge or your low lunge. Good. Pull left hip crease back. Press right hip crease forward. Try to tuck your pelvis underneath you just slightly. Lift through the crown of the head. Nice and tall through the spine. Like you're being pulled up, up, up towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. Rain the fingertips down. Plant the palms. You're going to send the left toes back to meet the right. Feel free to lower the knees into a half plank if you need to. As we take a vinyasa, you're going to bend the elbows, keeping them in towards the sides of the body as you lower nice and slow onto the belly. Inhale, press up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, release your heart back down to the mat. Inhale, press up, half plank or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. One breath here. On the exhale, sink your heart towards your toes. Beautiful. Inhale, step your right toes up. Take as many steps as you need. And just like on the other side, you can either drop the back knee or keep it lifted. As you inhale, open up into your high lunge or low lunge. Good. Pull right hip crease back. Press left hip crease forward. Squeeze the inner thighs. Good. And as you squeeze the inner thighs, feel yourself grow towards the sky. Good. Inhale, reach for the sky, grow nice and tall. And exhale, rain the fingertips down. This time you're gonna plant the fingertips or plant the palms, and you're gonna get bouncy on that back leg and rock it back up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, bend the knees, rise all the way up. Extended mountain pose, reach for the sky. Maybe you come on to the tippy toes. And exhale, release the heels, hands to heart. Close the eyes and be in stillness. Right? Just notice your heartbeat. Notice the sensations. You can have the eyes closed or maybe down at a soft gaze at a focal point. And I want to just repeat this concept of non-stealing. How can we not steal from ourselves in our practice? Right? And maybe it's in the ways that we're criticizing ourselves. And when we criticize ourselves, we're taking love away, right? We're taking compassion away. It's okay if we can't do the poses, quote unquote, perfectly, right? There's no such thing. So when you criticize yourself in a pose, you're taking away the joy of the pose. You know, you're stealing joy away from yourself. And just being in the pose and embodying the pose and just noticing what it feels like. Right? As soon as we criticize ourselves or we think we're not good enough, we steal that joy. We steal that compassion away from ourselves. So let's just bring joy. Let's bring compassion, right? Let's not steal from ourselves because we deserve the love, we deserve the joy, and we deserve the compassion. So rather than stealing it away from ourselves, let's actually purposely give it to ourselves. Give ourselves the gift of joy, love, compassion. Let's take one breath in through the nose. Hold at the top for 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Open up the eyes. Good. Inhale, drop the fingertips. And inhale, raise them all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, reach the fingers all the way up to the sky. And now we're going to raise our right knee as we come into a one-legged Tadasana. Our right knee to be in line with our hip. Good. You're going to inhale, lengthen, grow nice and tall. And on the exhale, we're going to send it back into warrior 3. So you can take airplane arms. You're going to really send your right heel back. Keep an active leg in the right leg. And end foot, so like you're pressing into a wall behind you. Beautiful. Then we're going to inhale back into our one-legged Tadasana. This is a lot of balancing, so if you need to take a break at any time, please do. And exhale back into your warrior 3. You can also plant the back toes if you need to, right? Keeping a nice long spine all the way from the crown of the head to the tip of that tailbone, and a nice active leg. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, warrior 3. Good, nice and active in that right leg. Now I want you to actually drop the back toes. Inhale, raise the arms out in front of you so that your ears are now in line with your biceps. And we're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, we're gonna bring our right knee in towards our chest and elbows down towards our chest. Inhale, you're gonna open up. Exhale, contract. Right knee and elbows in towards each other. Inhale, open up. Beautiful. And exhale, contract. Inhale, open up. Good, and then exhale, you can come into your high lunge. So if you need to adjust your feet, raise the fingertips towards the sky, inhale. And exhale, bring hands to heart. Feel free to drop the back knee at any point. Right, so I'm gonna give you 2 options of what to do. If your back knee is lowered, you can inhale, lift, exhale, lower. If you're lifted right now, you can inhale, straighten out through the front leg, lift that back heel towards the sky, and exhale, hands to heart. And we're gonna do this 3 times. So you can choose whichever one works for you. Good, so let's take a breath in. Exhale, release. And when you're ready, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, last one. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, take one more inhale. And exhale, we're gonna open up into a warrior 2. I'm just gonna turn this way. Beautiful. So your left heel is in line with the middle arch of that back foot. Good, left knee over left ankle. Good, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Relax the shoulders. On your next inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, stay here with the knee bent. And inhale, now you're just gonna straighten out through the front leg in a reverse triangle. Good, reach, reach, reach with those fingertips. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're gonna take a triangle. So we're gonna send those hips You turn this way. You're gonna send your right hips towards the back of the mat. And you're gonna send your left fingertips forward, keeping your heart in line with the hips and your ears over the shoulders. As you release your fingertips either to your shin, maybe your thighs, and your right fingertips can go up towards the sky. Or maybe you keep them on your hip, but we're gonna open our chest up towards the sky. Beautiful. So good. Take one more inhale. Good. On the exhale, turn your heart back towards the front of your mat. As you bend through the front knee, you're going to plant your right palm in line with the left foot. And inhale, easy twist. Raise the left fingertips towards the sky. Back knee can be lowered or lifted. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. You're going to shift onto the outer edge of your right foot. And you can either heel toe your left toes in a 90-degree angle out in front of you, or you can stack the feet for side plank, or maybe you bring your left foot, inner edge of the left foot in front of the right. Right, so you have all these different options, but really lift your left hip up towards the sky for one more breath. And exhale, release it back into your plank or half plank as we take a vinyasa, inhaling, slow lower down to the mat. Untuck the toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, release your heart back down to the mat. Tuck the toes as you lift into a plank or half plank. And exhale. You're gonna open up the knees as wide as your yoga mat. Bring big toes to touch. And send your hips back. Relaxing the forehead on the mat for child's pose. Notice your breath. Notice what it sounds like, right? Maybe it's fast. Notice what it feels like. What's the temperature? Maybe you bring your counted breath back into your practice just to gain more control over the breath. So inhaling for 4, holding at the top for 2, and exhaling for 4. Right, and just notice the control that you have over your breath and over your body when you do this. How your heart rate starts to slow down. Right, so all I want you to do is notice. Notice the sensations without judgment. Notice the breath without judgment. Right, because when we judge and we criticize, we're stealing compassion away from ourselves. We're stealing love away from ourselves. Because all this is a practice. It's a practice. It's not meant to be perfect. It's not meant to look good. Right? So don't take away your joy. And when we practice this principle and philosophy of non-stealing, of Asteya, we understand that everything is just a practice, right? Not just on the mat, but off the mat. All we're doing is practicing in life, right? We're showing up and we're intentionally practicing. So once again, let's purposely and intentionally bring joy and bring love. Because when we do that, we're practicing Asteya. We're practicing non-stealing. Because even when you show up in love and compassion, you're giving love and compassion to others as well. So as we go through our other side, let's once again just reflect on where we can bring this concept of non-stealing. Right? When are we stealing from ourselves? When are we taking joy out of the equation? Right? When are we taking fun away from ourselves? So let's just have fun. Because when we have fun, we're practicing Asteya. We're practicing non-stealing. So wherever you are, let's take one more full breath in through the nose. Exhale. Sink your heart deeper into the mat. Good. Start to open up your eyes. Gaze up towards the top of your mat. And you're just going to shift your heart forward towards the top. We're going to make some adjustments. Bring our knees in line with the hips. Tuck the toes. And send the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. Bend the knees nice and generously. Lift the heels. Bring your belly to the top of the thighs as you gaze up towards the top of your mat. And you can either hop, step, or walk towards the top. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise into your extended mountain pose. Reach, reach, reach for the sky. Maybe you come onto the tippy toes. Exhale, hands to heart, release the heels. Beautiful. Inhale, arms overhead. And here we go onto the other side. Lift your left knee, one-legged Tadasana. Beautiful. Really root down into all four corners of that right foot. Press in and out of the mat. Reach for the sky. Inhale. And exhale, send it back. Warrior three. Good. Nice and active in that back leg. Feel free to drop the toes if you need to. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Good. Exhale, warrior three. Your version. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. And exhale, warrior three. Beautiful. Lower the back toes. Inhale. Reach your fingertips overhead. So now your biceps are in line with the ears. Take an inhale, extend through the fingertips. And exhale, contract. Bring left knee and elbows in towards each other. Inhale, open up, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, contract. Good. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, high lunge. So you can keep the back knee lifted or lowered. Inhale, fingertips reach for the sky. So remember, we have our two options. You can stay here and on an inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, lower. Or start in high lunge. Inhale, straighten out through the front leg. Lift the back heel up towards the sky. Exhale, high lunge. So your option, right? So you choose what's best for you. So get yourself ready. prepare yourself. And here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Open up. Warrior two. Beautiful. So now your right heel is in line with the middle arch of that back foot. Right knee over right ankle. Tuck that pelvis underneath you as you lift through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are under your ears. So ears are over your shoulders. Good. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, let it go. Staying in reverse warrior. Still sinking your weight into your right knee. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten out through the front leg. Beautiful. Feel that nice side stretch. And on the exhale, we're gonna bump the left hip towards the back of the mat as we reach our right fingertips forward into triangle. Your fingertips can fall on the shin, the thigh. Good, you can keep your left hand on the hip, or maybe you reach the fingertips towards the sky. Good, wherever you are, just make sure your shoulders are over the hips and your ears are over the shoulders. Good, open up your chest towards the sky. Right, this pose is so challenging and it's one of the best poses to bring joy to, right? So where can you bring a little bit more joy? Where can you bring a little bit more compassion? I know it's hard, right? But it's those moments that we have to bring joy and compassion. So take one more breath. Exhale, bend through the front knee, spin onto the back toes, plant the left palm in line with the right toes, and inhale, raise the right hand towards the sky. You can drop the back knee or keep it lifted for your easy twist. Beautiful. And from here, you're gonna make your way into a side plank. So feel free to heel toe your right toes at a 90-degree out in front of you as you spin onto the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe you stack the feet. Good. Where can you bring joy? Where can you bring ease? Right? Just because it's hard, we don't want to take away and steal love away from ourselves. Take one more breath. Really lift that right hip towards the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, make your way into plank or half plank. And this is your last vinyasa. So inhale and exhale. Start to bend through the elbows. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lower your heart. Beautiful. Inhale, half plank or plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Just for one breath. Beautiful. Bend the knees. You're going to gaze up towards the top of your mat. And we're going to step our way into a yogi squat. So I'll turn this way so you can see what I mean. You're just going to take your right foot, step it on the outside of the right hand. and your left foot, step it on the outside of the left hand and sink your hips down. Feel free to lift the heels and come onto your toes if that's more comfortable. You can use your fingertips or maybe a chair or a couch to hold on to get your spine nice and straight. Good. Wherever you are, close your eyes if you feel comfortable. You can bring in some gentle movements here if you want, or feel free to stay in stillness. Maybe you bring your counted breaths back into the practice. Breathing in for 4, holding at the top for 2, and exhaling for 4. Good. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Beautiful. Tuck your chin slightly towards your chest to just lengthen through the back of the neck. Good. We'll be here for a few more breaths. So just notice the sensations. Notice your breath. Good. Try to press the knees back over the pinky toes towards the outer edge of your back feet so that the knees aren't collapsing inwards, but we're actually pressing the knees back and out. Good. Unclench your glute muscles, right? Your sit bones, your buttocks. Unclench those muscles. Lengthen through the spine, through the crown of the head. Good. Work to spread your collarbones, right and left, open up through the chest. Beautiful. Take one more breath, embodying this pose. Notice what it feels like. Not what it looks like, but what it feels like. Good. Exhale. Let it go. Open up the eyes. You're just going to plant your fingertips out in front of you if they aren't already. Take an inhale. And we're going to exhale, straighten out through the legs. Keeping your feet where they are. You can keep the knees bent if you need to. And then we're going to inhale, sink back down, Malasana. Good. Exhale, straighten out through the legs or keep them bent if you need to. And inhale, sink back down, Malasana. Good. Let's do that 3 more times. Lift up, straighten out through the legs. And sink down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Perfect. From here, we're going to shift forward onto the palms and we're going to come into a frog pose. So let me come this way. You're going to open up the knees. Trying to get a good angle so you can see the alignment. All right, so you want your ankles to be in line with the knees. The inner edges of your feet are going to be touching the floor. Beautiful. You want your hips in line with the knees, and you can open up the knees as wide as you want. And you should feel this in your groin, in the inner thighs. Feel free to lower onto the forearms if you'd like. Once again, Releasing activation in the glute muscles, in the buttocks and the sit bones. And just bringing your attention to the sensation in the inner thighs. Slowing down the breath. Maybe you rock a little bit forwards and backs, just nice and gently. Right? Nothing big, really micro movements. Full deep breaths, right? Maybe you bring that counted breath back into your awareness. Inhaling for 4 seconds, holding at the top and exhaling for 4. If you want, you can close the eyes and really just feel into this pose, maybe into the subtle movements. Good, we'll be here for 3 more breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, come onto your hands again. And we have to come out of this nice and slowly. Really, really slow. So you can lean towards one side as you start to bring one knee in. Really slow. Good. And you're going to make your way onto your back. So nice and slow, however you want to get there. But nice and gently. Let's bring your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around the knees, right below the knees on the shins. And maybe you rock gently right and left. You can close down the eyes. Just giving your lower back a nice massage. Working the shoulder blades in towards each other. Good. And now we're going to keep our right knee in towards our chest as we extend our left leg out long. Good. You're going to use your left hand to guide your right knee across your torso. Open your arms out in a T shape. As we meet in a supine twist. Relaxing your shoulders. Releasing any muscle activation, right? So check in with yourself. Is your left leg activated? You can let it go, right? Let go of activation in the left foot, up the left leg. Release any activation in the hips and your right leg, right? Just let your right knee sink into the floor or towards the floor. Feeling that nice lengthening in the outer right hip, right? Just letting gravity do the work. You don't even have to do anything, right? You can just receive. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the fingers, the hands, the arms. Unclenching your jaw. And just breathing into your right rib cage, feeling it expand. And then contract. Good. When you're ready, let's bring it back to neutral. Bring your left knee in. Extend the right leg out long. And same thing as we did on the other side, use your right hand to guide the outside of the left knee over the torso. Bring your arms in a T. Good. And then do that body scan that we did on the other side, releasing activation in the right foot, up the right leg, releasing activation in the hips. And just letting your left knee sink towards the ground, feeling that nice deepening in the outer left hip. Once again, recognizing that you don't have to do anything, right? You can just let go and receive. Good. Sending your breath into the left rib cage. On every inhale, feel your rib cage expand. And exhale, feel it contract. Good. Let's take 3 more conscious breaths. And whenever you're ready, come back to neutral. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Once again, wrapping your hands around the shins, right below the knees, and just rocking right and left. Good. Now bring your palms to the tops of the knees, and then just let your shins fall towards the front of the mat. Right? So you're holding onto your knees, but just notice how your lower back, your sacrum, really makes connection with the mat. And you can just rock right and left. So now your arms are fully extended. This can feel so good for your lower back. Tuck the chin slightly towards your chest to lengthen through the back of the neck. Good. Inhale, bring your knees in, wrap your arms around. Maybe this time you lift your nose up towards your knees for a little bit of a core activation. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Give yourself a nice big hug. Inhale. And exhale. Open up. Full body extension. Arms out overhead, and just give yourself a nice big full body stretch, like you're waking up in the morning. Right, stretching out through the legs, the side body. Good, reaching the fingertips overhead. Take a nice big inhale, stretch, lengthen, extend. And exhale, release everything. You can bring your hands down by your sides, palms up or palms facing down. Work your shoulder blades in towards each other. Really snuggle them underneath you so that you're opening up your heart just a little bit more. And once again, working with that body scan and just deactivating your muscles all the way from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head. Reflecting just for a moment on how you applied the principle of Asteya to your practice, right? Where were the moments that you weren't stealing joy? Where were the moments that you were fully present and having fun? That we weren't worried about what we looked like or if we were doing everything right, because there's no right or wrong. And Asteya teaches us that, right? Non-stealing. So we release the judgment, we release the criticism, so that rather than stealing love away from ourselves and compassion away from ourselves, we actually give love and compassion to ourselves. Keeping the eyes nice and closed. You can repeat these statements either out loud or to yourself as I read through them. May all who suffer find peace. May pain give rise to kindness and equanimity. May our intimate contact with suffering bring forth a world of compassion and love. May we remember our true nature, welcoming in the spectrum of qualities that make us uniquely ourselves, allowing ourselves to be guided from within, turning toward nourishment, replenishing ourselves to live the life we want to live. May we have the grace to know that mistakes arise to guide us, allowing us to course correct, generating new avenues for relational repair. Good. Start to wiggle your fingertips and wiggle your toes. Bring your awareness back into your physical body, back into your physical space. Bringing your hands together at your heart. You can stay lying down As you take a nice big inhale, feel your heart lift up towards your thumbs. And exhale, release it. Inhale, bring your thumbs up to your third eye, your intuition center. Acknowledge your beautiful body, right? Say, I acknowledge my beautiful body. Acknowledging your beautiful mind. I acknowledge my beautiful mind. And acknowledging your beautiful spirit. I acknowledge my beautiful spirit. Take one more inhale. And exhale, bring your hands back down to your heart. The light in me honors and is the same as the light in you. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me today. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
All
you. I'll talk to you later.
right. Bye.